Professional is a word that carries many interpretations, but rest assured, when it comes to Phoebe Wood, she meets all the criteria. From an early age, Phoebe learned the importance of serving her community with a focus on philanthropy.
My father is a minister and my mom is a social worker. And so as a result, we were very much in the social service world, and they were in the problem-solving aspect of it as well as giving care and concern. So we were not in a reactive mode, we were in an investigative, understand, see how we can fix the problem mode. And that's in me pretty deep when you think about it.
There's a difference between philanthropy and charity. And while there's a place for charity, helping those less fortunate, I think Phoebe is more oriented towards the philanthropic side, which is about coming up with solutions, teaching people how to fish.
Phoebe's deep commitment to education and love of community involvement were early teachers, but her time at Smith College helped provide one of her greatest lessons.
One of the strongest networks that exists are women who went to women's colleges. And so even here in Louisville, if you think about women's college graduates, we have Tori Murden McClure, the president of Spalding University, who is a graduate of Smith. Edie Bingham is a graduate of Smith College, many more. There's a picture here of Gloria Steinem with Tori and myself. We all served on the board of trustees at Smith College together. So our post-secondary education was important to us, and we continued to work hard at making it valuable for the next generation, at the same time getting value from each other from having that shared experience.
Phoebe came to Louisville in 2001, where she served as CFO and vice chairman of Brown-Forman. Before that, her 24 years with Atlantic Richfield offered a unique international perspective.
I'm very fortunate to have lived in England for 5 years, and sometimes I think of my 5 years in Alaska as being a foreign experience as well, because it's remote and has its own microeconomy. But the best thing about the tremendous experience of living overseas is that you get to see how another country organizes itself. And living there just introduced me to how American I was. You don't know how American you are until you are the American in a foreign country. And then you realize your strong handshake, your steady gaze, your big smile, your confidence is quite different, maybe, from how others may have perceived you.
Phoebe leaves a lasting, positive impact on everyone she meets. While there are several other pleasant adjectives, one descriptor stands above the rest.
I think this is a great term for Phoebe. She is in all respects a lady. She is honest, she is truthful, she can maintain confidential information, she embraces integrity, and she's just the best that you could hope for in those respects.
She really just has this steady confidence, and she shares her knowledge and her intellect and her brilliance in so many different ways in this community. And sometimes it's very understated, but it's always powerful and impactful.
Another important quality worth mentioning is that anyone who knows her knows Phoebe thrives on a challenge.
Phoebe likes hard problems, and we've had challenging problems at the Gaines Foundation, particularly the recession of '08 and '09.
She is always kind to say, okay, it's wonderful what you're doing here. How do you take it up a notch? How do I help you raise that bar? And she's such a good example for that, because she's had such an amazing career, and she just continues to look for opportunities to learn and grow and push herself. And that's such a model for women like me.
Success and ambition go hand in hand with Phoebe, but at her core is a compassionate businesswoman who recognizes the importance of mentoring and the power of connection.
There are many projects and mergers, acquisitions, of which I'm really proud, but frankly, at the core, I'm the most proud of all of the success of the people I have mentored and managed along the way. As I have been able to see people develop and to see where they have been able to go, that actually gives me the greatest satisfaction of all.
She is someone who is always pushing folks to think bigger than the world around them. And so she is on boards, international boards all over the world, and she'll go to these phenomenal conferences or these board meetings or these events, and she'll come back and she'll pull us all together and she'll say, I need to share this with you. Here's what I heard from these different folks around the country, around the world. And she's been really pushing myself and others to think about not only what we're doing in our community, but how do we start to see ourselves on national, international boards and really affecting a broader spectrum than just what we see around us today.
The individuals that Phoebe has mentored cast a hopeful light on our city's future, but the legacy she takes the most pride in are her children.
I recognize that at the end of a life, you leave two things, your children and your reputation. I'm thrilled to death with my daughters who are here today, and I hope to leave a great reputation. Also, I think it's a privilege at my point in my career to be able to have enough experience and skills to be able to make a meaningful contribution, at the same time to be able to continue to learn. And so that is what's so great about being at my age and in my career, with a bounty of experience and enough energy to keep going and try to make a really big difference in our community and in the world.